World Turns.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Queers and Soaps. I am joined by my co-host, Eric.
Hi.
Today, we are covering As the World Turns 1987 from early May. Roll the credits. All right. Let's see. We got a birth this episode. I mean, we didn't see it, but we know that the baby has happened.
Yeah, that's what I put. Bryant is here.
Brian has not arisen. No, Brian has landed.
been
There
birthed.
we go.
Brian has landed.
Brian has landed.
So I noticed in these episodes, like this one and the next one, like this one was like cut up a little bit, but then like the next one kind of filled in the gaps. It was weird. So I
Yeah.
don't know what was happening. So I guess
I
it was
don't
just like
know.
somebody edited.
I'm guessing that's what happened. I mean, look, how do you think we watched Young and the Restless so quickly?
Yeah, right.
Little movie magic from on our part.
Yeah. It's fun though. I like it. I like what's happening. It is building. I can feel it. Building to big things.
And this was when Sierra was telling Craig about the paternity, right?
Yes, that's how it opened, I believe, right? Craig and Sierra were
So
in the
did you?
hospital.
I mean, aside from me kind of spoiling it, did you expect that to happen?
I didn't think it would be done that soon.
I didn't think so either. I thought there was a few months.
I thought it would be a little bit.
I thought it'd be a little later. Yeah.
So I guess we missed when there was blood tests done because like it must have been the transition of when she went in the hospital and whatever. And I guess Tonio found out at that point, and we missed that.
Yeah.
Which kind of stinks, but
he's
all angry now.
Have classic episodes that aren't streaming anywhere on any platform.
Yeah, and we got to deal with it, and it's from what, 30 years ago? 40 years?
Nearly 40. 35 years about.
Crazy.
So I'm 38.
So
That'll be 37. That'll be 37.
So that we even have them is good for us, I guess.
Yeah.
Like you said,
and the amount of episodes we have.
No soap streams anywhere. Why is that? We need to get these soaps. Come on, man. They're all just sitting in the vault.
That have all the tapes, like
right.
Because as well as I understand, because there are certain aspects to older episodes that we don't get those episodes because of wiping and stuff like that.
And it sucks because there's Dark Shadows was released. That was a daytime soap. Doctors was released on another network. So that's out there.
Retro TV, right?
What TV?
Retro TV, right?
Yeah, Retro. Yeah. I forgot where it was. I don't have that channel, so I don't. If I did, I'd be watching the Doctor.
Sub channel, but I think people have been like, well, I'm not gonna say what people have been doing with it, how I'm able to kind of watch it. So
right, but it sucks. Whatever. So, what was happening? I have Casey and Lila. I guess they made up. They're being cute in the linen closet. That was kind of funny.
Yes.
And they get busted. Well, they don't get busted in the closet, but out of the closet when Taylor's just out there.
By Taylor. Ooh, that girl.
Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, does she hang around? I'm guessing she does.
I'm guessing she does. She hangs around for a little bit. I mean, there is one
like
point.
Her.
There is one point where she pisses me off, but we'll get to that later. Her and Casey piss me off. So they do. So.
Yeah. Craig holds the baby after he finds out it's his. She's like, "You want to hold your baby?"
Craig.
That was cute. Iva and Meg are talking. Antonio seems to be shutting her out, which is probably because he's mad that the baby's not his, so he's probably shutting everybody out. Franny and Seth are still having big issues.
Yeah, I wonder what caused it. I wonder what started those issues. I mean, was it what happened last time, or was it something? Is there like a
It's
deep
with
seated issue?
it's how she is with Josh. She understands Josh, whereas Seth, it's his sister that was raped by this man.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard for him to accept that.
Yeah.
So it's like a battle with that. And Franny's just like, he's a psycho and needs help, like there's a reason why. I really like that because like that's so, that's the way of the
Yeah.
world. Like we have all these very different views and
Mm-hmm.
different views can cause, you know, with issues in your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she wants to go to the hospital but doesn't want him to go. Um, at first, but then she's like, "Oh yeah, I guess you can come." I guess because she thought Tonio was going to be there. Maybe
Yeah.
they don't. I don't think they knew that Craig was the father or something. Um, and then they talk about Sabrina. I think Franny's having issues still with Sabrina sharing her parents, kind of
Mm-hmm.
thing. Um, which is weird to me because aren't they like 20? Like,
Yeah. I mean, I get it. Like, if you unexpectedly have like a sibling that came out of nowhere, you would have some
yeah,
feelings too. Not you,
I guess.
you in general, not
Right,
you
right,
as
right.
Eric would have feelings about that. But like,
I guess because like yeah, because she had Kim and Bob her whole life, but Sabrina didn't, and now they're kind of doting on her,
yeah,
and I get it, I guess. Um, we see that Bob and Kim and Sabrina did make it to England. That's where they're at.
hmm
I Craig talks about I don't know when he had a vasectomy, but I guess he did, which I'm surprised at. Why would he have one
yeah.
so young? Did he not want kids?
I guess he did
Do we
it.
know that?
I guess he did it.
Or
But the
maybe
part,
something happened and
yeah,
he
the
was just
part that
like,
made, yeah, the part that made me laugh was like well, you're getting into it in like a few seconds, like when he flashes back to when he got punched in the groin.
yeah,
I had
yeah,
to rewind it. I was like, wait a minute, did it make contact? It looked like it did.
yeah, it definitely did. But like, I'm wondering if, like, because I know he had some issues in the early 80s, and maybe because of that, like, he was just like, I shouldn't reproduce. Like, I don't,
Yes.
I don't know what would have made him. I'm not positive. I feel like I did see something like that when I watched like 83, 84, because I feel like he was obsessed with Betsy at one point, and there was some weird shit going on. So he
Yeah.
could have, decided it then.
Yeah, and then Danny was thought to be his at some point too.
Oh, really? I didn't know
Yeah, so
that.
that's why he's close with Danny because
Because of
there
that.
was it's it was supposed to be his instead of Steve's, but then paternity test came out and it was really Steve's.
Maybe that's why he got tied because like all those issues. Like fuck this. Although it didn't work, so whatever. Here we are. He calls Lila and tells her he's all excited. Craig tells Iva of the news. Iva visits Sierra to congratulate her.
Mhm.
Um,
There was this
Casey
line when
goes,
she
okay,
there was this line when she visited Sierra where she was like, yeah, labor really takes one out. I'm like, Iva, you had a baby. Later two babies. Like because
right,
it was later revealed that, in the early 2000s that Lily is a twin. So I'm like, wait a minute, why? How do you not know? How do you have like? I mean, and I also get it because she's keeping like the secret too that
yeah,
she had Lily or that she had a baby or she has two babies. Well, Marlon didn't write it that way, but
right, right. I was gonna say that was like later written. Um, Casey goes to see Taylor. And I guess something happened where something about coffee or something, and he made a big deal about it. I don't know. We didn't see that,
yeah,
so they just talked about it. But she said something about like with Lila the other day, they were drinking coffee. I don't know. I don't know what happened. But she seems to like, I don't know, like she's like coming on to him, and this is what you were talking about, where they
yeah.
kiss
This is
probably.
what pissed me off. Like how like mm-mm.
Well, this was kind of cool because I felt like
Mm-hmm.
okay, so they kissed, and then when they showed it. later, like they had like a flashback of how it ended, that scene. I thought that was kind of cool
Yeah.
because we didn't know what happened really until later on when it comes out. Um, but I put poor Lila in parentheses.
I know, like
Um,
that's what made me upset because I was like, oh hell no, that's my react. That was my reaction first of
I
all.
mean,
I was
it's just
like,
a kiss, and she was just pulling him into her little web, you know? Like, I feel like I don't
yeah,
blame him 100%, but I mean, he did it, but whatever.
yeah,
They didn't have sex, so there's
yeah. That part I'm good with. I'm good with them not having
right.
sex because I thought the way that they were kissing, I thought that was going to happen.
Hmm.
But then where would they
Until
have sex?
we,
Doesn't she like not have furniture? Just kidding. She does.
well, they could do it wherever, you know. They did it on desks before, and
It's
I'm sure that's
terrible on
not
the
comfortable.
floor.
Right, right. Um,
Not that I would know.
and
Not that I
and
would know.
and whoever was recording this cut Meg out of it. Meg
It's
was
like
cut every.
they're like I don't like Meg.
Yeah, right.
There's like a whole thing with Ivan and Meg that gets cut out. So I don't know exactly
Yeah.
what's happening.
But I think that comes back in. Like, remember I said like these episodes form together because I was
Mhm,
like, oh, okay, so that's what we missed. It's weird. I think this was like an edit of a couple episodes,
mhm.
maybe. I don't know. I was confused of what was happening. With that. Lucinda visits Sierra, Craig and Lily, or hey, I always Lila and Lily. They shouldn't be named then because they're so close together. I always mix it up. I know who they are, but I'm always like Lila, Lily, Lily, Lila. Um, Craig and Lila are there. Craig um has to bring Betsy to the airport or something. I guess she's going to Greece.
She's going to Greece. Yeah,
I guess just to visit Steve. I don't know. This whole storyline is really weird. Like it just feels like
and I
I
forgot
don't
to do
know.
research on that.
It's just strange to me. Like, yeah, like is like maybe were they thinking of recasting or they just like holding it off? Like I don't know what they're like. It feels weird.
Yeah,
Um,
that's like that's and it's happened. It's happened like at least one more time with like because I did find out that I did find out about like why they just had Tom leave town and not like immediately recast him because I wanted Greg Marks to come back in
oh,
like within
okay.
a 6 month span. I wonder if the same thing happened with the actor who played Steve. Like they wanted him to come back and they didn't want to recast him. So then, well, I kind of know what
I,
happens, but we're not gonna. I'm not gonna mention it.
I, f- I feel like back then there was a lot of like what's it called when they're contract issues. Like I
Hmm.
remember in prime time they had issues with like Joan Collins at one point where she didn't return to
Oh,
Dynasty for
Larry
a few
Hagman too.
episodes. Larry Hagman didn't report back to set. Actually, I think it was between season 3 and season 4, after the Who Shot
That was Who
JR.
Shot Jr. Yep.
He was trying to get his money, and he did. So they
And
got
then
him.
the
They were gonna,
Mulvaney
they were gonna
massacre.
recast them. They were
The
gonna recast
Mulvaney.
JR.
Oh yeah, that's right. I did hear about that. The Mulvaney
Hmm.
massacre was literally just like a lot of actors were in contract negotiations.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. And some didn't make negotiations, and some did.
Well, they were side characters died. Side characters died. So those were.
Well, no, that was when Joan Collins was out too, because she had gone. They put her in prison, and they didn't show her for like 2 or 3
Mhm.
episodes. She was in the contract negotiation. So I'm guessing the same thing happened with Daytime, and maybe they just didn't know what to do. So they
Mhm.
were just like write them like they're still together because they knew the couple was popular,
Uh huh.
and then because like Margot and Tom were popular, they were together since the early '80s. Same with Betsy and Steve. So they're probably like, we don't know what to do. Write them out until we work it out, and then like I don't know. It feels like that is happening, like
Yeah.
to me, because these people are just disappearing and then in the air in limbo. Like what's going
Yeah.
on. Um, Casey gets back to the hospital. He tells Lila that he saw Taylor. Tonio sees Sierra. Um, he and Lucinda talk, and she now see this is where it got confusing. So this is where the episodes mix together because in this she says that he's happy he's not the dad, but in the next episode, like she doesn't know yet. So I was like, that's where I feel like this was like edited to maybe 3 episodes with people
Uh-huh.
edited out, and then the other episodes kind of like put things in. So
Yeah.
it is very tricky. It's very tricky. Um, and he says don't speak about it again because he's like threatening her without threatening her. At this point, he's like, I'm not. He's like waiting to use what he has, but like he doesn't want to use it yet. I think he needs more info. Um, Shannon goes over sketches with Taylor because she's still doing that interior design
Hmm.
stuff, which I don't know where that's leading.
I
I
don't know
feel
where
like it
that
should
came
be
from.
leading. It should be leading somewhere because it's been several times, so it's got to be doing something. And if it does nothing, then it's just dumb. Why is it happening?
Yeah.
Um, Craig makes an announcement at Mona Lisa that he's marrying Sierra tomorrow. Lila sings, and we have a montage of Craig and Sierra.
Hmm.
She sings suddenly. I mean, that I forget who sang that song originally,
Uh,
but I like that song. Um, Craig talks to Barbara. He wants her to return her investment because of several reasons. The affair
hmm.
that she had, and he's like over her shit, I guess. Which I feel like came out of nowhere, but I don't know their complete history, so I don't know what's
Yeah, I
going
don't know either.
on. And then Taylor is with Duncan here, which I thought was weird. Like, how'd they get together? I mean, they weren't
Well,
dating or anything, but
we'll remember now. We'll remember the he knows her dad. That was from the
okay.
last string of episodes. He knows her dad,
I forgot about that.
so they went out. They went out
So they just went out
because
to hang out.
they just went out to hang out. Yeah.
Oh, and another reason was Barbara's feelings for Hal is another reason. So there was multiple reasons, and I'm assuming it's Margot as well because um is why they she wanted he wanted the investment back or whatever. I don't know if that's going to lead to anything. It could end here. I have no idea. I kind of want it to because I kind of like that stuff, like because it's so awkward with
Hmm.
like she hates his sister type thing.
Yeah.
Um, and then it ends with Craig and Sierra and Bryant together. That mess of episodes.
I I wonder if they wrote Brian out because of Bryant. What confused people.
Yeah, right. Oh, maybe.
But then this is the same show that had Jack and Jake. So,
I think Brian comes back though, because I don't think his story is over.
huh.
I did read a little tidbit of something. I don't think Beatrice does though.
Okay.
So now this is May 7th of 87. This is only 28 minutes of footage, but it
Hmm.
kind of meshes in with what we saw, so I don't know. Um, it picks up with Casey and Taylor kissing. He pulls away. Um, and then she said something like, "Is it as good as it used to be?" Like, okay, girl. Um, Betsy's getting ready to leave town, which we already knew from those weird clips that we had.
Hmm.
She's given Rod instructions to take care of the place while she's gone.
Hmm.
Um, which is weird. Like, he's not babysitting, right? Is he babysitting Danny?
Is he?
Or did she leave
Was
Danny with
Danny
somebody?
even?
Because Dan,
No, no, because Danny
she
was the
left
flower
Danny.
girl.
She left
So I
Danny
think
there.
what's that woman's name? She's a steward.
Nancy?
Ellen. I think
Susan?
Ellen has Danny.
Who the hell's Ellen? I don't even know who that
Patricia Bruder's character, the one who was she was at the she was like outside. It was a little later in the episode. She was outside with Rod, and she had Danny and saying, "Oh, Danny's the flower girl." So that was the older
Okay.
woman. Yeah. So it in the 80s it was the older women were Nancy, Ellen Stewart, and
So is Ellen Susan's mom?
Ellen. I think Susan is a Stewart by marriage,
Oh,
but
so what?
I forgot where they're all
Ellen is
tied
Betsy's mom?
in. I think they're all
What?
tied in. They're all tied in somewhere. Because there
We need a
was,
family tree.
yeah, we need a family tree. Yeah, well, I don't
For
even think the book
sure.
has a family tree, but
Yeah, I didn't
I
look.
think
I
Soap
have to look
Central
at that.
might.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, they're good with
Yeah,
that.
I think Soap Central has a family tree because I forgot. I know that Emily and I know that Susan is a Stewart by marriage, but
Yeah.
she just kept the name. I forgot who she married to that got that gave us Emily. I know, and I forgot how Betsy and Ellen and uh, Emily and Ellen are related. I know that they're related, and then and at some point that there was a Stewart that had quadruplets. That
Oh my God.
was like in the early '80s, but they never brought the quads back. I always wanted them to bring the quads back.
No, that's too many people as it is. We can't even keep track of who's there.
No, not at the same time, but just like you know, slowly bringing them in like at different points, like they did with Bryant and
Right,
well,
right.
spoiler alert, there's another child happening, but that's like not for years. So
Okay.
yeah, if you've seen the show, you know who the other Craig and Sierra's other child is. So.
Um, so Craig and Sierra, they're just talking, like hanging with the baby, so they're being all cute and fun. Lucinda finds out the baby is Craig's. See, that's where that she found out in this one. That's why I was like, wait, so the other episodes kind of are like before and after,
Mm-hmm.
or and during. I don't know.
Yeah, and
But
I think Lucinda at one point in the last episodes that we saw, in the episodes we saw last week, was like, "I hope this baby is Craig's."
yeah, yeah. She really, it's so weird too because she doesn't really like Tonio, but I don't know why she's keeping him around. But I guess maybe she can't fire him because she doesn't have like anything on him.
Yeah, he has the lily thing over her head, and
But
also
I didn't think he used that yet though. Did
I
he
wonder
use
if
it
he did and
already?
we just missed it.
Maybe. I don't know. I thought he was holding on to that because he does use it in coming up.
Hmm.
And that's why, well, we'll get into in a second, I think, or in a little bit, I think it happens. Um, I said I did. Oh yeah, I put Betsy is leaving Danny there with her grandma. So that's I guess who?
Yeah, so it's her
Ellen?
grandma. So I guess Betsy is Ellen's daughter? Question mark? Or maybe
Yeah, I guess.
a relative or some. You know, what? Well, if it's not mom, dad, brother, sister, I get a little confused by
Right.
family trees. Like
Yeah,
how
same,
is this person related to this
same. And then we find out a little bit more. Like Steve went into debt, she says, and lost everything and left town basically. And I think Lucinda was behind that.
Mm.
So we find out that, which is weird to me. I'm like, why would he just leave town though? Wouldn't you just like, or like leave with your wife? I don't know. Hence the weird writing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, and Lucinda wanted him to work for her. Rod says he would like what? He would like what he left. Oh, like he was like, oh, like I would like what he had. Like basically saying like I would like you and the baby. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
that type of thing. Which I'm like, all right, this guy's like ready to settle down with Betsy. Shit, he just got here.
Yeah, he wants himself some Betsy.
I mean, she is a sweet girl. Yeah, we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Um, Casey,
Played by
t
America's Sweetheart at one point.
yeah, Casey tells Taylor he doesn't want her. Lisa comes by. I don't remember what Lisa does. I think she's just kind of like welcoming Taylor and making sure that Shannon stays on this project, and I don't understand why.
I don't hear it.
Harriet and Shannon are trapped in a dungeon.
How did that happen? And I was like, wait, when did this happen?
How close is this island? I don't understand. I'm like, like they're
I thought
literally there in 5 minutes.
I keep thinking that this island is in Edinburgh, but I don't think that it is. I think it's
No.
pulling a late guiding light Cross Creek when they moved Cross Creek to Springfield.
Yeah, like it's like right across the pond, I guess. I don't know. It's weird.
Across the pond, you know,
But
literally Schneider Pond.
somehow they got trapped in a dungeon over these episodes where they were just in a restaurant in where we at? Oakdale.
Oakdale. That's Springfield.
Confusing me. Um, someone tries to get into the dungeon, and it's Duncan. And they also mention the Falcon again.
Oh, not this again.
Why is it still here? I guess because they never caught this person. And
I'm
what did they do that
guessing.
was so bad?
And then the same, and then, like with James and Emily, the same thing where they just wrote them off. They're mentioned, and they like, because we missed a lot of episodes, we're not sure if they're going to come back. Of course, I knew
Right.
that Emily's coming back because this is Melanie Smith. So,
Right.
but I forgot about
Right.
James. So.
Um,
Though the difference with that is we'll get to it later. I actually find that one aspect of the James Emily leaving town thing intriguing. So we'll get to that
yeah.
in a moment.
So they say that Angus the Falcon is back too. Tonio has um a flashback of him helping with Sierra give birth and him finding out that he isn't the daddy. So I guess that is one of the episodes. So I kind of like that, we get to see it. I'm sure it happened separately, and there was
Mm-hmm.
probably a little bit more behind it than what we were just shown. Meg comes by, and then that kind of ends. Lila apologizes to Casey. He says he saw Taylor, so I guess it's going back to what we already saw. Like, I was confused. Meg tells Tonio to talk to Sierra. He is upset the baby isn't his. He is embarrassed. Meg says it could be a blessing in disguise. Start new with someone who loves you, blah, blah, blah. He said something about it being the reflection of his manhood, that the baby is not his, which kind of is funny.
And now, part 2 of As the World Turns.
And Craig takes Betsy to the airport. The end.
The end.
May 8th, 1987. John and Lucinda talk about throwing business Craig's way somehow. Like, I don't know what their businesses are and how they work together. I don't know. Do you know any of that or no?
The only thing I really know is when it became worldwide, and
Okay.
that was in the 90s. So I can't tell you.
So I wonder, did Lucinda and Craig join together and make Worldwide, or was it just Lucinda's?
Well, I think it was.
Do
I
you
wonder if
remember?
it was just Lucinda because I don't remember Craig being being on the show a lot in the 90s.
Hmm.
The 2000s,
Well,
yes, but like.
I guess now she's like appreciating Craig over Tonio, so now she's like trying to help him
Mhm.
out, and Sierra, of course, her daughter, that she doesn't care about.
She doesn't.
Um, Taylor told Lila about the kiss with Casey and her, which I guess I don't know if that happened for us or before us. I forget. Um, Lila questions him about it. Casey wants to talk, and Lila trying to blows him off because she's like over it.
Mm-hmm.
And she's already like having doubts with this relationship anyway, so that just was like
Poor
put her over the
Lila.
edge. I know, I feel bad.
I feel
She's
so
just feeling
bad.
like she just feels like she doesn't belong with him as her
Mm-hmm.
age, and I don't know. And I get it because like she's already insecure, and then that happens. He kissed that girl, and now she's like,
Mm-hmm.
well, shit, she's 20 years younger than me or whatever. And
Yeah.
um, Lily and Holden are at Lucinda and John's, and Craig tells everyone they are married. Andy has been drinking. We
There we go.
find out.
It's happening. Oh my gosh. Not saying that. Okay. Not saying that I'm like pro so,
Alcoholism.
alcoholism, but like this is like one of the best storylines for Andy. Like all this pressure going underneath of him, and then and it lasts for years, a good
I
years. It's not like
it
current soaps where they have, oh, I'm alcoholic, and then it's gone in like 6 months. No,
it feels
This lasts for a long time. This is like his
It feels
character now.
it feels like he's like hardly on though. So it's like weird to me. Like I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. Um, Susan comes by Betsy's, uh, talks to get Dan. Was it Susan that came by Betsy's or was it Ellen? Because I thought it was Susan.
Ellen. I think it was Ellen.
It was Ellen. All right, I didn't know. I don't know that
Yeah,
person,
I
and
don't think
like
Susan's even on the show right now because Emily's not on the show.
okay, she went away again. Because I remember Susan came
Yeah.
back in the last batch of episodes.
Yeah, she
but I
was.
guess
She was on the show. She was like,
right.
I guess she comes up whenever Emily comes up.
That's why I didn't know Ellen, and I just assumed it was Susan. Because like these are
Yeah.
not clear
And it
episodes.
didn't help that the first episode we did, I forgot her name. So
Yeah, right.
I was like, I
I'm
know
all
it's Patricia
confused.
Bruder, but I forgot the woman's name.
Yeah. They talk about getting Danny to the wedding because she's going to be the flower girl. Rod tries to get info about Betsy. It seems like he just wants to know more about her through Ellen.
Mm-hmm.
Seth and Franny talk about Josh. Kim and Bob are coming back. We find out. Margot talks to Shannon, but I don't think she said anything big because I didn't write anything. and then, again, like did she talk to her on the phone? I forget. I think she talked to her on the phone because Shannon's still at the castle or whatever it is.
Yeah, I think that's what happened.
Lisa tells Meg and Tonio that Sierra and Craig are marrying. Iva and Rod have it out a bit about where their baby is.
Mm-hmm.
And she lied to him and he thinks it's a boy. And then he's like, wait, did you lie to me? Is it a girl? Now, this confused me too because I thought he knew it was Lily. Or did he think it was Holden? I don't know.
No. Rod Josh, or Josh Rod, whatever we're calling him these days, doesn't know the gender or anything about Lily until spoiler alert, July. Or June.
Because
June or July, this is summer.
Remember in that last batch of episodes though, when Lily went off, he said something like he was like, "Oh, it takes a while to get to know somebody," or like the way he said it, it sounded like he knew Lily was his. That was weird to me because he was questioning her and wanting to know more information. Now, maybe he was just trying to get something out of her. I don't know, but
yeah,
I don't know. Because I know Lily is comfortable talking to him too, so that's why I thought he was trying to like create a relationship with her. So I'm totally lost with that stuff then, because I don't understand why that happened.
Yeah.
Duncan talks to Detective Franklin. I wrote his name now instead of Detective Dude.
Detective
Dude. About James and Emily. Still, James and Emily are missing. I guess they've been missing about 3 months at this point, it feels like. Casey, oh yeah. So this must have happened off camera or something, or on another episode. Casey asked Taylor why she told Lila about the kiss, because Lila already knew. But we did not see that. Margot and Shannon talk again to Roy, that's the detective.
Roy Franklin, yes.
But I guess they didn't say anything. Craig and Tonio bump into each other. Lucinda invites Holden to whatever events that they're doing. I forget what the events are. Is it just the wedding stuff?
I'm trying to imitate
the wedding.
The wedding. The reception.
Oh, and this is where he says, Tonio calls Lucinda to stop the wedding or he will tell the truth about Lily.
Oh.
Lucinda wakes and it's just a dream. I was so confused with that. I was like, what is happening?
Like John was like, you're not supposed to be sleeping on the couch. Come on, get up.
I know. I'm trying to understand everything as it is, and then they put a dream in there that throws me all off. I'm like,
not the passions twist.
Yeah, right. Lila is hiding from Casey. She thinks that um, she is safe for Casey, like basically like a mother figure. Like that's why he's into her. Um, because she's older. Um, I don't know what that's. Oh, Dusty and Andy are there. He's talking about to Andy about his drinking.
Hmm.
And then Andy's John's son, right?
Andy is John's son, yeah,
Okay.
and
It's hard for me
Margot's
to keep track
brother.
of all these kids. Margot's brother.
Hmm.
So Andy's mom is Lila.
No. Andy's mom. No. Andy's dad is John. Margot's dad is John. So they're half. They're
Okay.
half siblings.
And
Um,
who's Andy's mom?
Andy's mom is Kim, because John and Kim were married.
Right,
Remember?
right, 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 right.
Remember? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Remember
yeah.
when they explained the entire story to Sabrina?
Yeah, yeah. Still learning these people. I'm still
Yeah.
it's a lot of kids. We find out that Dusty got into Harvard, so I'm guessing he's leaving soon. I'm
Yeah, but
assuming.
I remember seeing him much later. So not
Well, they're
under
probably
Grayson, but but under Brian, I guess. So I'm guessing maybe he's in and out for the rest of the decade. I don't know.
yeah, maybe because you go to school, you do come home to visit.
Yeah.
He tells John and Lucinda. Um, Holden catches Dusty and Lily kissing, which I
So then
thought was
I never
random.
followed up on it, or we just missed it. That's what I was
Right.
like. Oh, wait a minute. This is gonna conjure up something that me and Eric are gonna talk about. That is gonna be good, and we're gonna be like, no. So
Well, so
and then we never followed up on it.
well, this is the episode the 8th, 9th, 10th, and then we have the 11th. So I don't know if this was a shortened episode. I don't
I'm
know.
guessing, yeah.
Unless the 9th and 10th wasn't a weekend. I'm just assuming it was because we're missing those two episodes, but maybe it
Hmm.
wasn't, and we're missing like some weekdays. I don't know. Franny talks to Rod about going to a psych class and talking and telling his story and like his issues and whatever.
Hmm.
She believes him about his abuse. I guess he told her about this at some point. We didn't like really
Yeah.
see it. We just kind of saw them talking like they're friends, but like um, we didn't see like I guess how close they got, which is why, the problems with Seth and her started.
Hmm.
Seth comes to the door, they leave. Craig picks Casey as best man, Casey gives a toast, saying that he loves Lila basically, and then Lila like leaves or whatever.
Yeah.
She's still avoiding him at this point. Betsy calls Rod. This confused me too. Like I don't understand why she called him and not who she needed to get. Because Rod goes all around town like finding somebody to I forget who to tell them that Betsy called him. I was confused by that.
Yeah, me too.
I was like, what is happening? Tonio says he can stop the marriage to Meg. The wedding begins. Sierra holds Bryant. Tonio gets there and stares down Lucinda. Iva tells him he doesn't belong there, and that's all I got for that. There's so much crazy stuff going on. It's wild.
Yeah.
May 11th. The wedding is Sierra and Craig. This is why, I feel like we didn't miss anything because we saw them two kiss, but maybe
Hmm.
they weren't kissing long. It was just like a friendly kiss, like because we pick up right with the wedding.
Yeah.
Um, Tonio's all mad. Danielle meets Bryant, the baby. I don't know if that's like a future thing, like how if they ever get together, or if Danielle just disappears at some point. I'm assuming. Um, Bob, Kim, and Sabrina get home from London. Kim is happy that they got to know her better. Like when she catches up with Nancy, she tells her all about it.
Hmm.
Emma comforts Iva because Iva's upset about the wedding. She liked Craig, but she knew that Craig belonged with. This is the same kind of thing with Shannon and Beatrice. Like Shannon knew Beatrice belonged with whoever.
Hmm.
Why do people like to like make up people's minds for them? Like it's so annoying.
Right? It's
Although I
like
guess it I guess it would have been different though if she would have stayed with him. Craig still would have
Mm,
had pining feelings. I don't
yeah.
whatever. But then once he found out about the baby, I think it was just impossible
Yeah.
for him to be with Iva. Um, I put Rod Josh gets to the wedding to tell about Betsy calling. I don't know why Betsy just called there. I just don't understand.
Hmm.
Unless she just wanted to check on things with him, and then we're like, "Hey, can you go find my grandma and tell her I called?" Something like instead of just calling yourself. Like, were you trapped over there? Like, what's happening?
Hmm.
Um, Seth and Holden send him packing pretty much. Franny doesn't want Seth telling her what to do. I like that. Um, and to stay away from Rod. Um, Shannon wants to prove Duncan is the Falcon. Her and Margot seem to be working together.
Hmm.
While Shannon, Margot doesn't want her to, but Shannon's just like, I'm doing it anyway, whether you like it
Yeah.
or not. Um, Duncan gets a package and it's his dead Falcon. Why would they kill the bird? What did the bird do?
No.
That ain't right.
Is it?
Tonio talks. I don't know if this Mr. Visconti is coming into play, but he's talked about a lot. Tonio talks to Mr. Visconti. I guess he has some kind of deal with Lucinda. Um, he wants to leave Lucinda's firm and go work with Montgomery Associates. So I guess they're rival companies.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know what these people do.
Yeah, I don't know where
Don't know.
I don't know where Montgomery Industries came from, but I'll go with
I'm
it.
guessing it's Craig's, whatever. I don't
Yeah, I'm
know,
guessing it's
right?
Craig's
Or
company. Yeah.
um, Rod goes to was it I guess Ellen and fills her in about Betsy.
Hmm.
Again, you can make several calls, Betsy, unless you needed another dime. I don't know what the situation was, but she's only called him for some reason. Um, I put Seth seems too happy to see Sabrina. He and
Yes.
he and Franny are still drifting apart. Margot complains to Lisa about Tom never coming to see her. She goes to him, he never comes to her. And she thinks that Tom doesn't care about her anymore.
Oh.
I know. I feel bad for her.
Yeah.
It's that damn Hillary B. Smith. She's such a good actress. She's so
She
natural.
is. And happy birthday.
Crazy.
Happy belated birthday to her too.
Oh yeah, I did see it. Was her birthday yesterday or today? I
Yep.
forget. Was it yesterday?
Hmm.
John gives Lucinda a ring. I guess he didn't have a good ring for her to begin with. To begin with, I don't know.
That's what I'm guessing because I'm like, huh, wait a minute. Oh, because he had a ring from Vegas and turned her finger ring.
Right? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so
That was funny, but we
I
didn't
remember that
see that.
because I was like, oh, because I remember that because I wear rings a lot, and I'm like, I'm afraid that the rings will turn my finger green too. So,
Yeah. Um, Roy thinks it's weird that Lisa and Earl are keeping secrets from each other.
mm,
I guess. Um, and then they mentioned a Madge Dreyfus. I don't know.
I don't know who that is.
When he asked Earl about something, and I don't know. I don't know if that's going to turn into anything or if it was just giving like a little bit of airtime their way. Casey and Taylor have words. She says, deal with his deal with his issues uh with her because like uh, she doesn't understand why he's having issues with her being in town. I
Hmm.
don't understand why.
I don't get it,
So
but
I don't know. Maybe because he has feelings he never wrapped up. Like I don't know what the situation is. But Taylor's just like, let's just live and we're gonna see each other because we both work at the hospital. It's just gonna happen. Whatever.
right.
Um, Emma and Iva just talk about their secrets, Tonio and Meg and stuff. Just nothing major. Sabrina bought Seth a present from London. It was her daddy's watch.
Ooh,
Why is she bringing him a
Sabrina
present?
sneaking up on your sister's man like that.
Right? And she's old enough to know.
Oh, she's crafty to know.
And she's playing it real well because like she seems so innocent. Um, John talks to Sabrina and apologizes to her for keeping the secret all those years. He said he should have told somebody, then they would have probably found her sooner.
Mhm.
Um, which I thought was needed. You know, he needed. Although I feel like he should have done that a while ago, because if we're in the middle of May
Yeah,
now, that was in March. So it waited.
the whole thing
Although and so,
started like in January, and then like
right.
everything blew up in March. Well, February, but March.
Yeah. We didn't have February.
We're not February. We're just gonna assume it blew up in February.
Yeah. Um. So Shannon looks around the castle. She finds a map and a door opens. I
Oh.
thought it was going to be Duncan, but it actually wasn't. Um, Casey and Lila talk in the linen closet. That's their new meeting place now. He asks her to marry him. Um, Lily brings Sierra and Craig their cake, which I thought was a cute moment. They were
Mhm.
like in the hospital bed sharing cake. Lucinda talks to Tonio about Visconti. Meg overhears that Tonio mentions Lily being illegally adopted.
Mm.
I know. And Meg, I thought she handled it pretty well at this point. And I like what she does too, in the next episode,
Mhm.
which is May 12th, 1987. Um, I put Big Dude comes in room, Shannon is in. His name's George, and he's like, I guess the bodyguard of Duncan or his
Yeah,
henchman. I don't
that's what
know.
I'm thinking.
Probably both, henchman and bodyguard. If he's the Falcon, that is. Um, Lila says, she talks about their ages and why is he doing this? Like, why are you trying to get married?
Mhm.
Lucinda goes to leave, and Meg is there right at the door because she was listening. Meg invites Tonio to dinner with Emma and the other Snyders. I guess they have family dinner once a week. I don't know what their deal is. Um, Margot asks Barbara about James. Um, she says she doesn't know. She's like, do you think Paul is hiding anything? Um, she is not sure. And then she makes a dickhead remark about her not having kids, which really got to me.
Yeah. Ooh.
That deserved a
Especially
slap,
after
I
everything
felt.
Margaret went through. Yeah, that mm, that
And
hurt.
you cheat like and Margot wasn't being nasty, I didn't think, like to deserve that. Like I feel like she's just wondering about her kid, and even Barbara doesn't know. You know what I mean? Like, so
Yeah.
why would you say that remark? That was totally unnecessary.
Totally uncalled for
Um,
Barbara. But Barbara is the type of person to make uncalled for remarks. So
yeah, but she deserved a
not that
slap.
I'm
Wait.
excusing it, but that's just something that's in Barbara's character. I even know that watching it in like the late '90s, early 2000s, like
All right.
that's just something that Barbara does.
Again, these characters are so different. Like, I just like how, I don't know, they're very well written back then,
Hmm.
for sure. Um, because yeah, you have her that's very in your face. She won't backstab you. She'll tell you to your face, like these things.
Uh huh.
But at the same time, you need to know when to hold your tongue. Like, that
Hmm.
was a true dickheaded remark. So now, like, Margot's in a pissy mood. Um, Barbara talks to Sabrina. So I guess, she was an asshole to her, so she makes up with Sabrina. She kind of makes like, hey, I'll try to get along, whatever type of thing.
Hmm.
Um, Shannon makes a decorating excuse to George, like, oh, I'm just gonna redo this room and I'm helping, blah blah blah. She sways him to wait outside the door instead of like standing there and watch her as she said she was gonna go to sleep. Duncan comes in, and then Shannon says she has a cold. She's just trying to get like out of the situation so she can look at this map and see what's going down.
Hmm.
Sorry, my cat's staring me out. Iva and Seth talk about his issues with Franny. Tonio comes to the Snyder's dinner. Like, what? Awkward.
Awkward.
Lucinda looks around Tonio's office because now he brought up the Lily thing, and she's like, I
Mhm.
need to find something to get him on. And I put her right hand man. I totally forget his name. Do you remember it?
Who was it?
Her right hand man that she always has around, the old guy.
Oh, I forgot his name too.
Well, he's back and he's helping her rummage through stuff.
Hmm.
He's not like, again, we don't have all these episodes, so I would got his name if we, if he was on more.
Hmm.
Um, Margot had a bad run-in with Babs. I like that she calls her Babs.
Babs.
When she talks to Lila, she tells her about Casey's proposal. Meg stares at Lily, thinking about what she overheard. Sabrina comes by. Seth is all excited.
Hmm.
Lucinda makes a plan to trap Tonio. I like this.
Hmm.
Lucinda's very fun. And I didn't appreciate her from what I saw in the later episodes. Like, actually, trying to fast forward in her, Lily, and Holden. And, like, the last, up until Noelle Beck took over, and I kind of got interested in Lily.
Yeah.
Because I liked, what's his name? Damien?
Damien, yes.
I liked him, and he's a handsome fella. I was like, who's this
He
man?
is.
And they had good chemistry, him and Noelle Beck,
Hmm.
Lily. So I was all into that. Anywho, back to 1987. Barbara tells Kim she is worried about James and what he'll do with Paul. Like, is he going to kidnap him? Is he going to whatever? She's afraid of telling Paul the truth about James. I guess for several reasons, because it puts him in danger,
Hmm.
and she thinks that he'll turn against her, which he kind of already is because she is withholding. I don't know. I don't know what I
Yeah.
would do in that situation. George says to Duncan, Shannon is back on the island. So I guess she said she was leaving, but I guess they have people all over the place. They found out that she was back.
Hmm.
And I guess she followed a map to a grave and she's like digging and someone comes up.
Mm.
I know. I'm like, this is fun stuff. I really like it.
Me too.
Lucinda goes to Lila's. Um, Seth and Franny hang. He wants to go for a walk. This isn't going good. Guessing Franny's gonna end it with him very soon, like next batch of episodes.
Yep.
If they're in which I think they are in a cluster from what I looked at, so we're missing like a whole week.
Hmm.
Um, Iva is flying out to see the family. I guess they have the family. Where are they at?
Yeah.
In I forget Iowa.
I
Where
thought
is
it
it?
was
Idaho?
California, but maybe it might be
Is it
somewhere else.
California?
Yeah, I thought
I
it was
thought it was like
California, but
Midwest. I
it
thought it
might
was
be
like
the Midwest.
Midwest.
Well, somewhere else in the Midwest. Oakdale's in the Midwest.
Maybe I don't know. Wherever their other
Wherever the
farmers,
other Snyders are
wherever
at.
they came from. Yeah, wherever they came from. And she wants to talk about, I guess, find out more about Josh and Rod. Like, I
Mhm.
don't really know why she's going. Um, Meg asks Holden if he knows about Lily. I like that. She went to Holden about it.
Yeah, I like that
She could
too.
have, she could have done bad things.
Hmm.
Um, but even her, I feel like she knows it can hurt Lily, and I know she doesn't like Lily, but I almost feel like she is being a little bit nice with this.
Yeah.
Could be wrong. It could be totally different later. You would probably know more than me. But I don't know. I kind of like how Meg's handling that. I kind of like Meg being an asshole, but I don't want her to be like like a total asshole. You know what I
Yeah, yeah.
mean?
I want her to be
Like I
about
like
50, not about 100.
Yeah, like I like her little jabs at Lily and Dusty here and there, but I don't want her to be like, be like, "Hey, you're adopted," like and like ruin this girl's life. But that's all I got for these episodes.
Yep, that's all I got too.
Anything else stand out?
Let me think. Oh, wasn't there like a part? Maybe I'm thinking of last week. Wasn't there a part where like Monica was there? Monica Lawrence was there. I forgot if there was a part of Monica Lawrence there. Then Lily kind of like mocked her and stuff.
Monica Lawrence. Who's Monica Lawrence? I don't even know who that is.
So there's apparently like another character. She's not on it as much. Named Monica. I think it was Monica, or maybe somebody else. Or maybe
the one at the nurse's station or whatever. She was at the hospital.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she was in a bunch of episodes. I didn't
really
remember
have much to do.
I guess because like I think they were trying to hook her up with Dusty.
Yeah, they're trying to hook her up with Dusty.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think besides Sierra being in the hospital, I don't think there was anybody else around, or in Lila and Casey in the linen closet. But yeah, I'm excited to see the next. We are missing a bunch.
We are.
So the audience will have to bear with us. I think because this was just May 12th, and then our next episode is May 20th.
Yeah, so the next episodes will be like late May.
Yeah. So then we're missing 13 to 19, which I'm sure there might have been a weekend, and it could have been interrupted by something, major that happened in 1987. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes that happens. Although
sometimes,
maybe somebody's VCR didn't work that week.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to see what's happening, and we're almost to July, so you'll have to watch
almost
that
to July,
again.
So yeah.
But I guess it's good enough to watch again, as you watched it recently.
So I watched it maybe about a year ago.
Okay. How far did you go?
I can tell you right now. I started at June. So it was June. Sorry, it wasn't July. It was June. June 24th to July 1st was when I was watching. Then I forgot all about it. So it was it was June. So you would think that the Lily stuff would be revealed in May, but it wasn't. But that was in June.
Yeah. I guess for summer storyline.
Yeah. Oh yeah, to kick off the teen summer storyline. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Because something else happens too that's big that kind of pushes the reveal to come forward. But I'm not going to say what it is.
Don't. I'll be shocked.
I'm not gonna say. No, I'm not gonna say. It's like.
I'm excited, Robert. It's like halfway through 1987, even though we missed probably 60 episodes at this point.
I'm wondering when Melanie Smith debuts as Emily, because I remember seeing a little bit of her, and I love her version of Emily.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Not saying I don't like Kelly Hensley. Sorry, Kelly Menahan's Emily, but I love her Emily. I love Melanie Smith's Emily. I think you'll enjoy her Emily.
I love what's her name? Kelly Menahan.
Kelly Menahan Hensley. Well,
yeah,
now Kelly Menahan.
She's
no longer with
she's
John
the only
Hensley.
Emily I knew. So, and then this one, I feel like I hardly even know her because she hasn't been on much. The one that was.
She wasn't on that much, and when she was on, it was mid.
Yeah, didn't do much probably.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to see more.
Me too. I am excited.
I love it.
Yeah, even though we're missing a bunch of episodes, I don't care. This is good. This is awesome. This is a great show.
And I like that they have flashbacks. So they probably have flashbacks of the major things, which is important for us in watching it, currently.
Yep.
Like we did get to see Tonio and, find out and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Any last words?
Nope.
Thank you for joining us for watching As the World Turns. As always, you can follow us on all of our socials at Queers and Soaps. And until next time, have a good day, evening, or whenever you're watching this. Bye.
Bye, everyone.